Yes.
Hello. We'll get this updated for you momentarily. We'll get that screen updated, but we are... That is an old photo of myself and Adam. Okay, there we go. Tony Groh on the right, Robert Meadows on the left. We got Tony Groh on his usual blue-red tempo deck, featuring Fairy combo kill, and Robert Meadows on the Paul Kerbal special of Mardu cards I own, called Mardu Dragons.
Yeah.
Subject Valentine, once again joined by Adam Olds.
Hi.
Booting up the laptop back here. We'll soon be able to read your chat, so feel free to chat and converse with us. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. There we go. Took me 3 times to get it right. It's a lot to talk about here tonight. Adam, what are you looking forward to talking about tonight?
How Jake needs to commit to his life of playing video games harder.
Well, you yelled at me for not playing Persona.
Yeah, Jake needs to just quit his job. If anybody's ever played Persona 5, it's probably the best game I've ever played in my life, and I played a lot of RPGs.
I mean, if someone will pay me to...
playing Persona and wifing and girlfriending all the female characters should be paying.
If someone wants to pay me to play Persona, I'll do it. But
Jake, you have a very nice, pretty girlfriend. Steph will just take care of the bills.
I'm not sure she'll be very happy with that.
We'll just pimp you out. It's fine. All right, and so for those of you unaware, Tony, this isn't Blue Red Tempo is not a good way to put the deck. It's Blue Red Faeries.
Yes.
So with a Kikijiki combo kill.
Bear back.
But he's playing Vanilla Clicks and Spell Stutter Sprites. He is not playing he's not playing hasty 1 or 2 drops. So and Robert is playing a local brewer, all-star Paul Kerbal's Mardu cards I own that happen to be dragons that we saw on camera last week against Mark Anliker. Looks like we finally have some action. Got a Inquisition of Kozilek. All right, that's actually a very nice interaction there. So Spell Stutter Sprite, the ability still goes on the stack of countering the spell equal to how many fairies there are. But because Robert killed the Spell Stutter Sprite with it on the stack, when the ability to Spell Stutter checked, there's no fairies. Interestingly enough, if that was Ancestral Visions that you try to counter Spell Stutter Sprite, it would still be countered though, because Ancestral Visions has a CMC of 0.
So what the heck is Tony's hand here? Is that 2 Kiki, Snapcaster, Pestermite?
Burst Lightning.
The Burst Lightning?
Burst Lightning. Cube All-Star Burst Lightning and a Spell Pierce.
It's also a very infamous card, Burst Lightning. Do you know why it's so infamous?
Why?
It's the card that people argue that Pascal Maynard should have taken over the foil Tarmogoyf at a Grand Prix.
Oh, clearly take foil Tarmogoyf.
Absolutely.
100%. I don't care. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed.
Exactly.
So interesting enough, he takes the Pastermite. I kind of agree with that. It depends how Robert's hand is. He could also take this. You could make an argument for the Snapcaster Mage. Like Tony's nowhere close to casting Kiki-Jiki, so a 2/1 with Flash is not really a yeah. Our Stream Monkey the Night says that the Goyf only sold for 15 grand.
I think he donated most of it at the charity though.
He donated like half of it.
Half of it?
That's BS. Like, okay, I got this at a pro tour. I'm gonna raffle it off.
Grand Prix.
Yeah, Grand Prix. Robert is all right, I like the Goblin Guide attack. So just so you know,
not even respecting Tony having a counter spell here.
If you've ever played a Goblin Guide, this is the correct way to put it into play. This has super haste.
Yeah.
Which was also actually wasn't that, I think that was the playtest name for Echo.
Echo was super haste?
It was something along the lines of that.
Gee, let's look it up. MTG Echo playtest name. Let's see if the Google brings us here. I don't think we're gonna.
Because the idea is that the spell comes out, and the next turn you pay the cast. 2 Glory Bringers.
Seems.
Yeah, he's got a logic knot. What he's gonna cast? He's gonna cast an Opt. Interesting. I'm just curious why he didn't just.
No, he's just not gonna do it at all.
I don't see why you just don't tap 3. Also, Robert should have
played his land before. Yeah,
should have played his land before he did it. It wouldn't have mattered because Tony could still delve away. But if you're playing against Tony's deck, you know that logic knot's a possibility. So you at least want to make him use more resources.
To be fair, Meadows hasn't been here in a while, so maybe he forgot about Tony's deck existing.
Yeah, well, we've seen him on Thursdays.
Well, then I don't have an excuse anymore.
All right.
I tried to cover for you there, Robbie, but in the end, it did not work out. Rob's got a pretty decent hand here. Here's a Thunderbreak Raging. I see a Crackling Doom. That's not going to be that good in this matchup, but a Bolt as well. So he's got the damage available to him.
Crackling Doom will interrupt the Kikijiki combo, though.
Yeah. I like this. I like him leading off with the Thunderbreak Raging. It means if Tony has a kill spell or any way to target this Glorybringer, he has to do it now. Otherwise, once his Thunderbreak Regent resolves, if Tony wants to interact with either one of the dragons, he's taking three first trouble.
I actually will take the opposite stance of that. I don't like it.
Why not?
Because Tony could play a Cryptic Command, and he could counter tap if he's worried about his life total. I like just attacking or going to attacks. There's no spell. He'd have to Bolt, Snap, Bolt. Those are the only cards that Tony could have that could deal with Glorybringer. That's a 4/4.
We usually counter it. We're going to see an attack for 4, no exert.
Yeah, I don't think it exerts. I don't think an Ambush Viper is doing much on this board state.
No.
So Robert should be aware that his hand is currently 2 Kikijikis, and I don't know if he knows anything else in it.
Correct. But more importantly, Tony cannot combo out. We're going to see an Electrolyte. Nope. We're going to see. Here we go. Here's the Lightning.
Yeah, it's fine, 2 for 1 yourself. So I don't think you bolt anything here because you know that Tony has a combo.
Yes.
So I basically just want to keep my bolt. Cause is he playing Deceiver Exarchs or just Pester Mites?
I think it's just Pester Mite.
Yeah. So literally anything that can sneeze at it. I mean, this is an instant. He puts you to 1.
Whoops. I think Meadows realized that he goes to 1 after he cast the bolt.
Yeah, we're gonna enter the actually phase. So if Robert loses this game, we'll make sure to clip this and then play it on loop. Oh, so he's actually dead.
Tony's a land. Tony's a land.
He has a land. He's dead.
Tony did not hit.
I don't think he hit a land because he would have windmill slammed. So it's I was actually going to bring up the line of not doing.
Is that another bolt he drew? Nope. It is Faithless Duty.
So if I'm Tony, do I Spell Pierce this? Because your Spell Pierce is dead, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to get rid of this land and this other land.
I think he drew land, Faithless Looting.
He drew another Faithless Looting. I just think your Spell Pierce is dead already. It depends what Tony has in his hand.
Just kidding. Not dead anymore.
I'm kind of inclined just to bin that. Like I don't care about it. That's a Rakdos
return. No.
That is a quote unquote fixed Mind Twist.
Jay Freeze. Tony is looking to copy this Pester Mite with the Kikijiki.
I actually would just flash back Faithless Looting. we got a raider.
So
yeah, you can keep that one, friend. Like 100% you keep that one.
Well, it deals damage, so
it does. But before Tony untaps, he could just draw a bolt, and then he's dead, right?
That is true. Yeah,
that is not a good play.
Here's the draw. It's a land. Here comes a Rakdos return for no. He is not returning for 1. Oof. And this is big because Tony has his backup Spell Pierce in hand. So if Robert goes for the Rakdos return for 1, it's going to get flat out countered. And he just plays a land and passes back the turn.
Did he flashback Faithless Looting?
Yeah, and he got countered with the Sprite. But again, Tony does not hit.
He is just
on the key.
Hold on here. All right, does it change the clock if he attacks with Mutavault here? No.
I don't think so. Robert's going to be at a very precarious level. We just drew Bolt, so someone should have the precarious life total.
All right, so I just say go and kill him, and I shoot him in his upkeep.
Yeah.
I play my land for sure. Can you pay for Logic Knot if he does it? Logic Knot for 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he can pay for that. Can he pay for Logic Knot and Pierce? Yes.
I do note that Mutavault actually does make his attack lethal.
I don't. Okay, yeah, he's at 7. I don't like this from Robert. I don't understand why we're doing this. Now he cannot. He's just taken away the fact that he can pay for, that he could have paid for.
I wonder if his
plan
is to make Tony tap out.
Tony's not going to tap out at this point. Tony has lethal if he just activates his mutable, right?
Yeah, but it's still kind of like tapping out because he bolts and can pay for the logic, not right?
Now he can't pay for it.
He's going to bolt.
I don't like this play.
Isn't this spell sort of straight? There's a burst lightning. Okay. Tony did not draw the lands he needs to combo out, but he drew the cards he needs to stifle Robert's plan there.
So if he was going to do that,
one,
that was probably not the most ideal place for Robert to choose to get into a any sort of fighter interaction with Tony.
Yeah.
I'm either going to do it on my turn, right? Because if Tony counters it, he has to tap lower. Then he can flashback Faithless Looting and hopefully draw out another kill spell. Or I'm going to do it in his upkeep and make him use the mana right away.
Yeah.
If he does it in his upkeep, then he can't attack with the Mutavault. Because all Tony had to do was attack with the Mutavault.
Correct.
I'm also not sure why Tony just didn't go for the win. He had a Spell Stutter Sprite in hand. He can counter anything Robert plays.
I didn't know about the Sprite, though. Yeah. That was the big one. Once you get the Sprite there, it's like, okay, cool.
Unless Tony drew the Sprite for the turn.
Yeah, true.
And then doubly Robert, I mean, that's being results-oriented, but Robert should have just tried to kill him on his turn.
Yeah. To be fair, Robert also drew pretty important at the end there. He drew lots of lands and Faithless Lootings. He found the action a little bit late and allowed Tony to come back in, but again...
he also... is that Aurelia's... what was it? Aurelia's Fury?
This is a Paul Kerber so possibly.
Yeah, I just haven't seen everybody ever play Aurelia's... Is it Aurelia's Fury?
I believe so.
And did we find the Super Haste?
No, I did not. I found an article about Time Spiral and the Wizards in Time Spiral. I saw some alpha playtest cards, and that's about it. Let me try to look at the mechanic itself. MG Echo Mechanic. Let's see what it says. So here's some tidbits about Echo. It first appeared in the Urza's block. It was revisited in Time Spiral. Back in Urza's block, Echo meant, quote, at the beginning of your upkeep.
Could we put the chat up on the screen too?
If this permanent
not you
came under your control since the beginning of your last upkeep, sacrifice at least pay its mana cost. What else we got here? I see.
Just look up Echo playtest name.
I tried that. I got a bunch of nothing.
Because they've mentioned it before.
Echo playtest name. Yeah, I did not want Amazon. Echo playtest. You said Super Haste?
I believe so. Jake, you have the entirety of the human... Yeah, Super Haste.
Super Haste is a keyword ability which has only been seen in Unhinged. Namely on the card Rocket Power Turbo Slug. According to Mark Rosewater, the packs in Future Sight, so for example, Pact of Negation, were inspired by Super Haste.
Oh, sure. Okay, that's where I've heard it done. Because that's effectively the same thing as Echo.
Where you have to pay for them. You pay nothing when you cast them because they're all 0 mana.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you have to pay them. It's a little different, but yeah.
Close but no cigar that animals.
Partial credit.
You tried. While players are shuffling, I want to remind everyone that as we're going to pull up Rocco-powered Turbo Slug. Rocket-powered Turbo Slug. Thinking of Rocco's Modern Life a little bit too much there. Remind all of you that we do stream Magic 4 nights a week here. We got Modern Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. This Thursday is the final night of the June Modern League.
Well, we have a runaway, don't we?
We have first and second all locked up.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Phil Jones and Justin Blackburn, the latter of which is behind the camera tonight, working the stream.
Doesn't even have to
first
play.
And second.
How lucky.
However, there's a big logjam for third place, so it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. And of course, our league turns to Tuesday nights in June, which we'll both commentate. It should be pretty interesting to see how the change in night does for the league, as well as there's a lot of events happening this month in the world of Magic between Invitational and Grand Prix Vegas and Nationals, so people's minds are drawn elsewhere.
What about ordering food tonight? Is that also happening?
Maybe not. Probably not.
I need dinner tonight. What the heck?
You can order food.
This is crap.
However, I'm making some homemade Alfredo tonight.
Dude, you're not going to get home till like 11 o'clock.
That's fine. I had some homemade pesto last night.
Okay.
It was pretty good. Get the seal of approval from the girlfriend. She said she loved it. Thank you, Stephanie, for that. Got the Kyle Kepi Twitter approval as well. That the Jake Valentine Foodie Tour is all grown up.
Oh, yeah.
So appreciate. I tweeted it out. I was hoping Kyle would notice it. Because Kyle has me unfollowed but friended still on Facebook. But he still follows me on Twitter for some strange, odd reason. That is impressive, yeah. We have a question from Jay Freeze. Do spirits have a... I don't know.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. Once we get the full answer, a question for you, Jay Freeze, we'll answer that question effectively. Not much happening early on here. Robert Meadows has a Fatal Swinging set up. He's down to, looks like, 17 off the fetch shock.
So he looks like he led off with a the face leading on turn 1, binning a Collective Brutality and a Lingering Souls, I think.
Yes.
Interesting. We've announced it. Do spirits have a chance in Modern when M19 drops?
Yes.
I think any deck has a chance in Modern.
Yeah, that's how Modern is right now. Every deck has a chance.
Caleb Durward did win a... he did win a Modern Open, and then...
the Team Open... I believe her name was Cat Light.
Cat Light, yeah. I didn't know if Light was actually her last name.
But Spirits is already looking pretty good, and there's a spicy M19 card that should help it out a little bit. It's a main board. I think there's a couple Spirits in M19 that look really...
There's the 1/3, right?
Really good.
How many horses are Spirits in this set?
There are 5 horses.
Are they Spirits?
There's a couple Spirits. There's the 1/3, 1 blue Spirit, Supreme Phantom. Flying, give your other Spirits +1/+1.
That was the one Caleb Durward, the... progenitor of the deck, was saying was probably going to find a space for.
And there's also Remorseful Cleric, 2 mana, 1 white, 2/1 flying. Sack it, exile all cards from target players.
Yeah, that card's actually gassed.
Yes,
that card's very good.
Yes,
that's going to see you playing basically any deck that plays white and plays company. That'll see playing like Death and Taxes style decks. Maybe not the Death and Taxes, because I'm just not sure if that's just better than Rest in Peace for them.
Possibly, I don't know. Phil Jones is piloting that deck. It is Modern League,
Steal the Godhead,
he'd be the person to...
And Geist to Saint Trapped and Swing. Yeah, then you want to play... who is the really degenerate general? The Enchantment General?
Which one? Daxos?
No, the Enchantment General. The blue one.
Blue? I have no idea what you're talking about. You would know. You and Red would know much more about this than I would.
Arkham... No. It's not Arkham. Who is it? Anybody? Bail me out.
Don't look at me.
Arkham's mono blue. Yeah, I get it. God.
Let's look it up. Enchantment...
General, yeah.
General EDH. Meanwhile, Robert Meadows has...
Zur the Enchanter. There you go. Yeah, Zur.
Esper colors of Zur.
Yep.
We found
Esper.
We found that they're Nate. But meanwhile, in the game itself, Robert Meadows has Liliana up on 5. But Tony's discarded 2 lands, so...
I'm not a big fan of Robert discarding lands.
Seems really bad in this matchup.
He has 5 drops
He's
in
keeping...
his deck.
It's like he's a Helix in hand, and I can't make out that other card. Yeah, you're right, though. He has 5 drops. Yes, it is Zur. There, Jeeves, Dragons, and Nate. Zur was one we're talking about.
Yeah,
there.
so are you talking about just Spirits with Steal the Godhead? Or are you talking like Zur? Because people tried Zur also to be cutesy. So I think Robert's plan is to actually try to ultimate this Liliana. However, Tony puts the command.
Yeah, I'm
alright.
not
In response, I'm going to draw a card and bounce.
Discarding a...
Really is Fury.
Okay. And another
Play your land, Robert.
I don't know why he's not doing it.
Yeah, you want to get a Hellbent to do this. Does he have a land? I can't tell.
I can't tell. That's the Painful Truths and a Lightning Felix.
You should have cast Painful Truths and then discard it. I'm not sure, because when I play Liliana decks, I really want to just empty my hand, right?
Yeah.
So then you mitigate the effect of... I'm not sure what he's doing with this, to be quite honest.
To be fair, Robert was all set on playing Teamer Pile, and then
got some fetches.
We got some fetches, and Paul gave him this very Paul Kerbal deck.
Well, I was told he was going to play Jund.
I guess Paul convinced him to play this. He's a Painful Truth for 3, and then, again, this goes against the.
Can't be spell stuttered. Can't be spell stuttered.
Why is that, Adam?
Because he would have to have 2 more sprites. He'd have to have 2 more Faeries.
Because CMC is 3.
Correct. All right, so I think if I'm Robert, I'm going to... There's no point in Faith Edict him. Interesting. I don't know about that.
Do you just like Liliana at all in this matchup?
No, I think Liliana's just not great in this matchup. I think that Robert needs his cards.
Yes.
I also think Tony has a lot of air in his deck. And the threats that he have outside of Kiki Jiki all play at instant speed. So Liliana effectively is not going to do that much against him.
Especially a deck like Robert that's undoubtedly packing a bunch of removal. Robert's at 10, not 17 GLP.
Yeah, Robert actually does need to hit 5 drops, so not being able to place 5 drops on curve is actually a problem.
He's got a Nahiri in hand.
I might have actually just been the Nahiri. I'm not sure what's going to get besides a dragon in this matchup.
Pretty sure there's no Embercools looming in that deck, but with Paul...
That'd be gas.
With deck designer Paul Kerbal, you never know.
Yeah. Paul brings
so Robert's going to fetch down the 9.
Paul brings the heat. Well, I do enjoy when Paul just plays elves, because they're near and dear to my heart.
Because you're the elf fan.
Yeah.
Both Paul and Andy are pretty proficient with elves. Different takes on elves, too.
Yeah?
I think you have a different take from both of them, too, I believe.
When I was playing about a year ago, I was green-white. I think green-black is now shown to be better. They've also cut Court of Calling completely.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Especially, I can see it for green-black, but I can't see
it. They play Gather the Pack instead of Court of Calling.
Yeah, but like green-white, I imagine there's too many silver bullets to cut cord.
There are, but you still play the nice non-bow of a Gaddock Teague plus instance. Jay Freezy, 21 with a follow.
Thank you there, Jay Freeze 21. Appreciate you tuning in.
Freeze.
Welcome, welcome. Of course, you could join Jay Freeze and follow us. That lets you know when we go live. Throughout the Fortnite Week We Do Magic. Land number 5 at the top there from Robert. He's got plenty of lands now. He saw Swamp as well as the planes he drew for turn.
I think I just lead on Faith is loading.
Short season 1. He's going to lead off with the Liliana. Is he going to discard Faithless Looting? Yeah.
Why?
Don't know about that one.
So I want to be able to hold up something this turn, right? So I can play Faithless Looting, hold up Lightning Helix.
You should do that.
Why did you... I don't understand why you just... Okay, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, it does. That's a 1. I'm sorry, it's a 1.
Yeah, it's a...
So I'm very confused about why you want to pay more for your Faithless Looting. Can you think of a reason why Robert wanted to do this outside that you can flash it back?
Nope.
Because he needs 5 lands. I'd have been more inclined to just bin the land.
Agreed. He had the extra land in hand, so he didn't need...
Or I'd been the Nahiri. The Nahiri seems very bad. Planeswalkers don't seem very good against.
Like, what are you hearing against this deck?
Yeah, that's my question.
Unless there's something in the deck that we don't know about.
Oh, and then this is interesting. I don't like this out of Tony. So Tony, the previous time he had a spell setter spread, attacked the Liliana, and this turn he attacked Robert.
Spell setter trait number 2 will counter the Lightning Helix.
So something we said there's Robert could have waited to untap again, because Tony would have to have spell stutter. So he could have Edict and then Helix to save his life total.
He's an Inquisition. Where does see Tony's hand? Where does see what he's up to? He's been on 4 lands for a while. Has been discarding lands though, so I imagine mana's not an issue here. It's just finding threats is a problem for Tony. He's thinking long and hard about this.
I wonder if he has another spell stutter.
He did. Spell stutter, Burst Lightning.
Alright, so I take the Burst Lightning.
Just because it's just direct damage?
Yeah, plus if he gets another mana, he can kick it. And then he's basically just dead.
So do you see any logic here from Robert? Casting Nahiri, minusing, get rid of the spells that are straight, and edicting Liliana?
He might have to. It's not great.
But it takes care of most of Tony's board.
Tony just also flashes.
He's going to take the Sprite.
Well, now he's just going to...
He's going to tick up.
Now he's going to hurt himself because he's just going... He was actually just better getting rid of the spell stutter. I mean, this does take care of his... This does not take care of his board.
It takes care of his board a little bit on the way, but at the cost of his life total, he's into 6 now.
Yeah, I think he's getting very low. Again, use the life total as a resource. This is going to...
Univault is a
This will actually be a huge problem for Robert.
Draw. He's not going to he's not going to activate it though. And Nahiri's still on the board.
Oh, Summoning Sick, he just drew it.
True. Fair.
Edict you.
If Robert went to 5, that Nahiri should be on 4, not 3.
He's a +2.
Yes.
You got a 5-drop. I'm definitely discarding Liliana. No. All right, so if I'm Robert, I need to dig into a way to instant speed kill something. I mean, he does have to clock eventually, but... Because Robert's just... He goes, top deck burst lightning you.
Yeah.
And then untap.
He thought about paying.
I think he has a Kikijiki.
Wow.
I probably just hold this in my hand.
Yeah, because it's just going to die.
All right, so I think Robert needs to tick up. Tick up Liliana. I mean, I'm sorry, not tick up Liliana. You need to tick up the Nahiri. And I'm binning whatever the non-dragon card is in my hand.
Yeah. Robert realizes that, hey, it's +2, not +1. And the players are realizing that, hey, I made a mistake last night. Okay.
Yep. Nahiri's nice. Nahiri's nice because it ultimates very quickly.
Yes. Bolt the draw off the Nahiri discard. It just discard a Thunderbreak. Do you agree with that?
I mean, it's either Thunderbreak or a Thunder Maw.
Which one would you have here? Would you have the Thunder Maw at 5 mana or the Thunderbreak at?
I'd rather have the card that will kill him quicker. All right, well.
So Thunder Maw has haste, and he's not attacking, which seems really, really odd, but does not matter. Snap Bolt will get it there for Tony, and Tony wins his matchup 2-0. Tony is very proficient with his deck. He knows it inside and out. I believe this is the first time Robert has ever picked up Mardu Dragons in his life.
Is it his first time picking up Mardu colors?
Maybe. Robert loves to play blue. He absolutely loves to play blue. I don't think I've ever seen Robert not play blue. In any format.
Yeah.